Ready? Okay, good deal. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Pursuant to Section 733.24 of the Ohio Revised Code, I call this meeting to order for the purposes of discussing the Village of Mount Sterling Council rules for 2026. This evening, we'll be discussing edits to the existing ordinance number 2025-03, which were passed back, obviously, a couple of years ago, and we now need to go ahead and update them due to popular demand. Thank you for doing that. We'll be going section by section. Hopefully everyone has one of these and has had an opportunity to take a look at it and is ready to prepare comments and edits for each rule as we go through it tonight. We will be trying to keep this to an hour, and we'll be moving things along in order to make sure that the public service is duly noted. So we'll be starting with Rule 1, the presiding officer. Unfortunately, that's prescribed by the Ohio Revised Code, as I've just said, so no changes can be made there. However, Rule 2, we'll move on to the description of President Pro Tempore. Are there edits to be proposed and to be made to Rule 2, President Pro Tempore?
Yes, I have a few
Okay.
edits, suggestions, thoughts. As far as the whole section that is under further, President Pro Tempore shall determine, I believe that whole section could be striked. I will say that number 2, 4, and 6 seem redundant and restated later, and are not actually duties of the president at the moment. So I'm thinking to strike those. As far as seating arrangements go, I do think we're capable at the first meeting to kind of sit where we like and then kind of sit there. Just a thought. And then as far as number 3, the appointments of all standing committees of Village Council, I believe we are also capable of self-assigning in a way. We have 6 committees, true committees, and the rest are appointments. 6 of those have chairs, the committees. I believe that each council member should chair a committee, and that minimum we should all serve on 2 committees or appointments, just for several reasons. Fairness, equality. We all were duly elected. I think it is critical to have equality amongst each council member, and I'll tell you why. Equality ensures that all elected officials have same or fair access to the resources, the influence, and participation in decision-making process. I do realize that council gets the ultimate decision on decisions, but the real work does happen in the committees. And that regardless of tenure, political affiliation, or background. So I believe by leaving it in place, we are really putting a line in the sand, and we are not just being fair across the board. I'm not sure why I did reach out to the President Pro Tem on the original assignments. I did not think they were equal or fair, especially somebody that's coming in a new position as well as other people in new positions. And clearly, when one person's given 5 and another person's given 2 with 0 chairs, I think that is clearly an issue. Inequality. And also I was told that things are assigned based off of your availability, how well you work with others, and basically your background, if you will. And I've never been asked for a resume. I've never shown dislike towards any other council member. I'm looking forward to working with all the council members, and I do feel slightly disrespected. In the original list that came out, my name was listed as Heather Martin, and I'm not sure anybody here has ever known me as Heather Martin other than my mom. So I'm feeling the division, and I don't like it. And I think we just need to provide more equality.
So are you
It's
making,
the-
are you making a motion this evening to do something?
Yes, to,
Okay.
I'm going to want to change that, but I still have a
No,
little
no,
more.
I understand, but in order to be businesslike, you need to make a motion to do something.
So am I going to make a motion to strike all of it?
I don't know, what are you asking to do?
Yep.
It's
go
your
for it.
motion.
Okay. Well, I'm not done. We need to not create political alliances. We need to not put our personality differences in committee choices. And then number 5, to the appropriate individuals to serve on boards, committees, representation, which in my mind, that's, let's say Madison Plains comes out and says, we would love someone from the
Just to be clear,
council.
there's only a couple of those. Would be the township and the fire and EMS.
Okay, so those are the
those
appointments.
Those are concrete, so those are things which we can talk about tonight.
Okay, so those are what I have referred to as appointments. We've got the 6 committees, then the appointments. So that's what that is. And she's also allowed to assign those. So again, I think that we should have every council member chair 1 committee and be a part of minimum 2 committees or appointments, more if you'd like to. And that would be based off of us signing up for those things.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
first of all, I want to address some of the things that I supposedly said. I never said anything about background. Basically, what I said, and I don't have that email in front of me, but my responsibility is to make, as the pro tem, committee assignments that reflect experience, workload, and overall needs of the village. While I do my best to consider individual preferences, it is to accommodate every request in a given year. I value the input of council, and I value their service, and I appreciate their willingness to serve on whatever committee they are assigned, finance being the most important. I could pull up the email if you want me to, and I could read it word verbatim to you. This is not a character assassination. This is merely, and if, I don't know where the Martin came in at, if I type something incorrectly, there's nothing political about assignments. So I do not appreciate being accused of being political. But the whole of it is, the duties of the president pro tempore are assigned by the village ordinance, or I'm sorry, the Ohio Revised Code for President Pro Tem, ORC 731.10. That is not something that, to my understanding, and to our solicitor's understanding, because I have checked with him, that we have the authority to change. Now, we can make some recommendations within reason, and what she is, the recommendations she is making, I certainly don't see a problem with them in that area, but we really don't have the right to remove certain things about the village, the president pro tem.
Duly noted. Is there any other discussion from other council members?
I would like to add to that. Actually, the email that Joyce was just reading was actually an email that she sent to me because I also had a problem with my assignments after she was elected. President Pro Tem, she asked me to pick 3. She told me I would get 1, but probably not all 3, but she would get me on one that I chose. Well, I chose water, I chose streets, and I chose parks. And as the assignment, the current one that we got, I did not receive any of those. So after that second one came out, I reached out to her to let her know that, you said maybe, 1 of the 3 would be acceptable, and I didn't get any. So I'm going to continue finishing that email that she was just reading. The very next paragraph states, in making assignments, I also consider how members may work most effectively together so that each committee can function well. Well, I would like to note that none of us, well, 3 of us have never worked with anybody here.
I don't know
It
if that's.
was me.
that's-
Two of you.
That's not completely true, but okay, go ahead.
Well,
Keep going. I mean, I served on council with you, so, I mean,
right, but
so did you, so, I
who
mean,
is she to determine who I will and will not work together with? She hasn't given us a shot yet. I have it, hold on, I'm not done. I have, a Facebook message here from Nathan, and it's reaching out. It says, you know, he wanted to prepare, start working together in January. He knows we haven't always seen eye to eye in the past, but he's hopeful moving forwards. We can put our differences aside and focus on what's best for the village and start open communication and willingness to work together. So again, I don't understand who she thinks that I'm not gonna work well with. I'm willing to work on any committee, but I just feel like it was not fair to not give me anything that I asked for.
okay. Is there any other
Mr.
business?
Mayor, I'd like to
Yes,
speak up.
yeah,
I've worked with so many different committees over 15 years. My first 2 years, I didn't even get the chair when I was learning.
Right.
And I went through a learning process and everything, and that system seemed to work, where I picked up and learned stuff down the road. And that system worked for me, and may be different times now, but you know, I've always been happy with it.
okay.
I just like to point out, I'm fine with that too, if it was equal. Nathan did get to be chair, and he's as new as I am. I actually served on nuisance as a volunteer. So there's not really a lot of rhyme or reason. I just am looking for equality across the board. If seniority only gets chair, fine. But I do think at minimum, we should all serve on the same amount of committees, because we were all duly elected. So aside from that first revised code section,
Yep.
I will make the motion to strike the section 1 through 6.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
need to write, I'm sorry, because I need to write these down.
Yep, go ahead.
So the,
May I say something before?
Well, I asked for comments, so.
I know, but I hadn't had a chance yet. He
Well, go,
talked and then she
she's made a motion. The motion's pending. So go ahead. And there was a second, so we have to have a vote. Go ahead,
okay, so the-
Courtney.
So the motion is to strike, this would be under the section where it says further President Pro Tem.
Correct, yes.
shall determine.
Rule 2, further President Pro Tempore shall determine,
Rule 2, and then these are numbers.
1 through 6.
Okay, so Heather made the motion.
Heather made the motion, Melanie
and then
seconded.
Melanie seconded, and then we'll do a roll call.
Roll call,
David?
please.
No.
Nathan?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
And Joyce?
No.
Okay,
Motion's passed.
okay. So the edit is made.
I would like to make one more comment, if I may.
Sure.
Real quickly, Heather alluded to a division in council, which stuns me because the only one that has ever alluded to a division in council that I've heard is when Heather went onto Facebook and proclaimed that the vote was divided, which she knew going in was going to happen.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, go back and look.
duly noted. We
It's
need, we
there.
need to move on to the
well,
organizational
no.
section.
Nope, we're not moving on yet.
Okay?
I'm going to respond to that. When, are you talking about the post after the council meeting?
Correct.
Okay, that was after the council meeting. We had no idea how the vote was going to go. For President Pro Tem, we had no idea how it was going to go until that meeting happened. So,
I'm just saying, the comment she made was, there was a tie, and her comment was, which they figured it would be.
well, I will say, from our past history, there has been a lot of divisiveness in council. I have been on the short end of it quite a bit, but I was very excited that we got a new council, fresh faces, and I had hoped before the first council meeting that we would all give everybody an equal shot. Nathan had the same type of gracious reach out to me, and I appreciated it, and I told him
that past is the past and we're moving forward. David and
Where is this going?
I was told,
Okay, go ahead, please finish your thought. We are literally not through the first one yet, so we need to keep going if this is the way this is gonna go. So, I would remind council, please, we're trying to keep this organized, and we are literally in section 2.
okay, well, I
So
will
are you
remind the mayor.
are you making any other changes to section 2?
I will remind the mayor that this is a council meeting.
Yes.
Not a mayor's meeting, and we are allowed to discuss things until we feel.
No one is saying otherwise.
Okay.
What I'm saying, though, is we have an hour. What we're trying to do is stay organized. Please feel free to add. I'm not saying otherwise.
Okay, what I
But you're
would-
not even through the first section yet.
I would appreciate you to stop interrupting council members.
Okay.
I would appreciate if you sat and waited, and if you have an opportunity to talk, you take it, but please do not cut off council members.
Becky, I am the chair of the meeting.
I
So
understand that,
we're trying to keep it
but-
organized.
but you are not
All
a
I'm
council
asking,
member.
listen, all I'm asking is to keep it organized, and we're just simply gonna keep
I'm not
moving
jumping
along.
around. I'm going in order.
Okay, so do you have any additional comments about the council rules themselves?
I find it amazing that you allowed Joyce
There has
to
been,
protect herself and what was said, and this was said on Facebook, but I'm not allowed to.
please feel free to respond, but please also try to
I
stick
would
to the
like
actual
to,
rule
and if
itself.
you didn't interrupt me, it'd already be over.
Really? Okay, good deal. Please, I'm glad that's duly noted. Move on. Yes, please, you have the floor. Chair recognizes the floor. Please, go.
Done, Andy.
Okay, good deal. So
I would
we're,
like to make a motion on that section 2, that we do a self-appointment of committees where we all, each member gets 1 chair seat and up to,
There's already a motion on the
Three.
floor.
I'm sorry, which motion have we made?
It's over.
We've already
Others.
passed that.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's to my knowledge, no motion pending. So you are making a motion now.
motion that we self-appoint committees. Each council member is to be chair of 1 committee, and we can be on up to 3 other committees.
And how are you going to self-select?
We just talk like adults.
We-
And
we-
we all
we
sit and
just talk
talk
like
and
adults. Got it.
choose
Okay.
what we like, and if there's any,
If there's too many on 1 committee, let's put that to the president pro temp to decide which ones can stay and which ones will be moved to the other committees.
Are you getting this down,
Yeah,
please?
So I have a motion to self-appoint committees. Each council member can chair 1 committee, and they can serve on up to 3 committees.
Is there, a
And
s-
then you're saying that if there is a difference in opinion.
Then we
the
take that
president
back
pro
to the president pro temp. Let's try to act like
can
adults
then-
first.
Can then determine what that committee is.
Is that committee/appointments or just
Yes,
committees?
committee slash, any of the,
Which means fire,
water,
squad.
or, yeah,
Okay.
fire, township.
yes,
And then
Joy.
we can say, let me finish the motion here.
Yep.
So then the president pro tem, then, I guess would determine,
Finalize would be a good word.
okay, committees and appointments. Okay, so that motion is on the table.
can you
Melanie?
read the motion, please, to me?
This is motion to self-appoint committees and appointments. Each council member is required to serve as a chair and, of 1 committee and serve up to 3 on each committee. President Pro Tem then finalizes committee and appointments.
I just think,
discussion, go ahead.
I think a better way to word can serve up to 3, because there may be a need. For instance, I saw they both had 5. I think you had 5. There may be a
don't have
need for
5.
more than 3. So
Well, it says serve up to 3 committees,
that's what I'm saying.
Minimum.
We may have a minimum of 3.
a minimum. Serve up to,
Including the one they chair?
Including the one they chair, yeah, that should,
May I discuss?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
Discussion on the motion?
I did a lot of research on in selecting committees as well. The reason there was only 1 person, and if you'll remember, Nathan, I did call you about that, and you agreed that if I would help you with that committee going forward until you were comfortable on your own, and which I said, of course I will, that you would be glad to chair it. I was advised by several different communities around us they don't allow new council members to chair committees.
So what makes Nathan more qualified than me?
It doesn't. Picked a name out of the hat, whatever you want to say. Nathan has volunteered for several things. You've volunteered. Melanie's been on council.
I was,
So what makes you so special that I would have acted you
I was
or
never given
Melanie?
the courtesy of a phone call to ask.
Well, because I asked Nathan and he said he would do it. It's nuisance. Do you want to chair nuisance?
I actually volunteered as a resident to be on nuisance, so I
If
would
need
have
be.
happily been chair.
Okay, if need be. So I think you're just resolving the issue. So it's really a moot point, but thank you for volunteering anyway at my request. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so we have a motion pending. Any other discussion?
I think what we're doing is immature. The council has, as David can attest, Becky can attest, you guys have, tenure here, you have lots of years. This is the way it has been run effectively for many years. The only time I've ever had anybody be upset with a committee they got was last year, and it was Becky.
Got it.
And now we
Sounds
have
good.
it this year.
Is-
So
any other- and
it
bef-
doesn't make any sense to me why all the hoopla about committees. Why all the,
Point
I
made.
don't get it.
Point made. We need to proceed to a roll call vote,
Yeah.
please.
So this is Melanie, was there a second? We have a
Second.
Yeah, we got,
All right, roll call. David?
No.
Nathan?
No.
Becky, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
And Joyce?
No.
I'm going to leave it as it is. So, there we go. Any other
It's not
changes?
staying as
Can't-
it
we've
is.
already-
We have to assign these because we just.
I know,
it's
I
set
don't
up.
like the solution,
It
so
hasn't
it's
been
not gonna,
taken
it's
to
not gonna be that
council
way.
yet.
Okay, so
Yeah.
anybody else have ideas of how they would like these committees to be assigned?
As they are.
That's already been
I
voted
just
upon.
really am looking for
hasn't gone to
some
council yet.
equality. I am totally okay with new people not being chairs. That I'm okay with. I just want some equality. I was duly elected. I was given 2 committees, originally neither of the ones that I had chosen. And then I got swapped, and now Melanie has 0 that she chose.
And I can
And-
swap them again.
And I just look for equality. If we all got a certain amount of committees, that would be equal. If Melanie has a full-time job and she only wants to serve on a minimum of 2, then she should be allowed. If I am a stay-at-home mom and I want to serve on 5 and they're open, then I should be allowed.
Heather, I would let you chair streets if you want it, because if it's up to you.
But I'm only allowed to
petition
chair
with
streets. Okay.
No, look.
Okay, I
To
want to
be
ask
the
you, if you
adults in the
wanted-
room, let's be the adults in the room, and let's go back and look at the committees. We're here to do this. Tell me one that you want.
Okay,
Tell me
so
2 that you want.
So since we've striked the whole section 1 through 6, then
It hasn't
another
gone to
suggestion
council yet.
would be to set, I would just like to, so we're not okay with making, okay, so I would like to make the motion that council members all serve as chairs of committees aside from new council members, and that we have equal distribution of committees / appointments. That's my motion.
By new, do you mean somebody who's never served before or somebody who is?
Somebody who's never served before.
Okay, so can you repeat that motion, because I think you said a lot, I keep getting equality and.
Okay. I'm going to make the motion, hopefully to appease, because we have to figure out who's going to assign committees. I do think that we could have a paper and we could all sign up, but the motion is that all council members serve as chairs aside from brand-new council members, and that each individual council member serves on the same amount of committees / appointments.
Okay, Discussion.
Discussion?
With one or two as a.
Oh, actually, hold on a second.
Okay,
Is there,
I gotta.
let's make sure, let's make sure that Courtney is caught
There has to
up.
be a buffer.
One
You
second.
obviously
Let's
know
make sure
there
that
can't
Courtney
be.
is caught up on what the
So-
actual motion is.
Except new council members, each council member serve, I have here, all council members serve as a chair, except for new council members, if you're a new council member.
Which
And
is
then each
defined,
council
which is
member
defined,
serves
which is
on-
defined as someone who has not served previously.
Yeah. Not served.
Can I? have
One
discussion
second,
now?
one second. Melanie, did you second this?
She did not.
Nobody.
So
No,
there
I
is
haven't
current, there's,
finished this.
okay, got it.
Okay? Each council member serve on a committee / appointment, correct?
Yes?
Is that your correct motion?
Okay. I
We're
would
not
like
done yet. Hold on.
discussion.
No, we're not at discussion
You're trying to
yet.
get a second, so I can't have discussion.
1 second, please. Allow her just a moment to finish writing. Asking for grace here. Just a second. All right. All right. Is there a second on this motion, please?
Just go ahead, Mo.
Discussion.
Is there a second on this motion?
Not yet. I would like discussion before we second it.
Got it. Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Usually you have a second so that the motion is valid, but okay, go ahead. Keep going.
You
Just a
previously
minute ago, you
corrected
told me
a
I couldn't
motion.
discuss after it, there was a motion, a vote on the floor.
No,
and
I
we had
asked
to-
for additional, just to be clear, I asked for additional discussion and you said nothing. So then you wanted to
No.
reopen it, but go
No.
ahead, please. Go
Didn't
ahead.
happen like that.
Got it. Sounds good.
Oh, good thing we can replay this. Okay.
Oh, I agree.
So, in regards to that, I think maybe you're thinking a little too far down the line. You could have been, like Andy, when he came on council, you could have been a lawyer. You could have been well-versed in a million things, and maybe your expertise now you could be a chair of something. Maybe you know more about Parks and Rec than I do, than Joyce does, than Nathan. Maybe you do. I hate to exclude new members. Now, I will tell you, the 1 year I was president pro tem, initially, we had 4 new council members, and I did the same thing. I bulked up on experienced council members, and they were on the same amount of committees, but then once they had been here a few months, then I just switched them to, you remember when I did that, to chairs. So they had a speaking part at council, so they felt more invested in their committee and things like that. So I guess that's part of my concern with like saying that new council members can't be, because like Joyce just said, she thought with a little guidance, she could tell Nathan how he could, and I think that's true with any committee. You know, maybe not coming straight off the streets to take over finance, or, you know, Joyce said that finance is our most important committee, which I did ask to be on finance, and this is my 9th year. I did not get it, which seems odd, but I didn't. But that's back to, I think, a personality thing. And that's what's frustrating about this, is I was really, really hoping, you know, we'd put all that behind us. But I hate to exclude new council members, because I think they all have their strengths, and maybe they could share something right off the bat. And they could definitely get input from other council members. So I don't necessarily like that wording.
I would like to change
Just
my
say you
motion.
want to withdraw it, if you
I
want.
would like to withdraw that. Number 3 on this, furthermore, the president pro tem shall determine the appointments of standing committees and village council. I think simply we could just change, the president pro tem shall consult with individual members of council to create committee of.
Okay, so your motion, as I'm hearing it, is to reinstate the further section and do what to what now?
Well,
Number 3, the appointments of all
I'm
standing.
getting the impression that that section isn't actually gone. We voted for it
You
to
just
be
voted
gone.
to remove it.
But then I thought you just said it's still, because you're not happy with
No.
the solution, it's still there.
We need to come up with
The
a way
voting
to
has already occurred on this section. It has been removed. I
Okay.
did not like the replacement for it.
So what
Okay,
you can suggest
so-
is using number 3, or, you know, like, use the wording as what you're referring to.
So, yeah, I guess, how do we come up with a solution if nobody's happy with what we, what the
Everyone should
motions
be
are?
equally unhappy. That's the goal. At the end state, everyone should be equally unhappy, right?
Mr. Mayor, can I have the floor just for a second? I want to
Chair
bring up, I
recognizes
was the
David.
pro temp one time, well, Becky was here, I had 3 council members walk out on me that night, remember, Becky? But one of them gave me the finger. And
Got it.
I'll never forget that.
So,
And I was trying to be well
So-
about it, but I might as well tell the truth as what it was. Becky was
But-
there.
yeah, in fairness to Heather,
But
are
it does
you-
go
back
on.
to Heather, would you like to reinstate this? What would you like to do?
I would
I
like
give a
to
shot at
change
it?
the wording. Yes, go ahead.
Well, hold on 1 second. Finish your thought real fast, because you have the floor.
I want to change the wording, but I'd like to hear what others think.
Okay, that's, yes, Chair recognizes Becky, go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to ask Nathan, for instance, very appreciative that he was open-minded to the striking of the first part. But I'd like to ask you, Nathan, because you didn't vote on the second part, what do you see as something really equitable that we could do here, instead of the way it was, but something that seems fair now? Because something you didn't like in that motion, so what is it that would make it more appealing to you?
Because with how we're acting here today, we're not going to agree on it. As far as if I want this, she wants that, well, we're going to bicker about it. So that's why on the second motion, or the second,
Okay,
I was no.
what would you think would be a better way?
I'm honestly fine with the way it was with number 3. 1 through 6, totally, as far as that goes as a whole, I was fine with striking. Number 3, I had no problem technically with. As far as the President Pro Tem, whoever it is,
Right.
making that choice.
Well, I would like to suggest, so he's kind of going back, that it could be, we could keep number 3 there, but you did vote to strike it all. So,
Can I?
Yeah,
one more thing?
sure.
So, where Heather was talking about, Joyce kind of made, and I understand not everybody got what they wanted. She did ask the one that we wanted, so we kind of did like our own little sign-up sheet. I mean,
I was not included on that sheet.
you didn't tell her one thing you wanted?
3, but
I told her
Like
3.
1 and then 2. I'm
Yeah.
saying, not all of us got it. I get that. I don't know what she had to do to go through doing everything. I don't know. But at the same time, we're already, like, we pretty much did a little sign-up sheet. We still didn't all agree on it. You told her what you wanted, you didn't get it. So now, who does that go to if we don't keep it as number 3 and just let her decide? Let the President Pro Tem, whoever
Okay,
it is.
let's just remove, like, put yourself in the shoes of Heather. If you were to be assigned 2 committees,
instead of
would you
5.
feel that that was fair?
I honestly don't care if I was assigned to one committee.
But I do
want to be
care.
there to help, and I've offered to help on every committee, because I don't care what committee I'm on. I signed up to volunteer to work for the village and try to make this a better place.
But that's where we
I
do the
don't-
work, is in the committees.
And again, I don't care which committee I'm on. You can put me on, I'm on nuisance. Do you think I really wanted to be on that, technically?
No, but you were also given chair, and it just doesn't seem fair to me. I was a volunteer resident who served on nuisance and served with Joyce, beside Joyce, and it was anything but pleasant and productive. And so I felt a little jaded, and I felt like there was a line drawn in the sand when those committees were assigned, especially when my name was listed as Heather Martin. So I'm just looking, and I truly just want some level of equality and a little bit of say of where, if I am passionate about parks and, recreation, I think I should get to sign up for it. And then if David gets, and he could care less, then like, why can't I have it instead of, I think there really should be a sign-up list. And then if there is conflict, then the ultimate decision lies with the president to finalize that list. So I think 3, with input from committee members, as in a sign-up
I
list.
agree with that.
So can we do like the number 3 from, let's just say, the appointments of all standing committees and village council. So, with a sign-up, so we need to say something along the lines of, and this is not the motion, but something along the lines of, with a sign-up sheet from council members finalized by President Pro Tem.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I love that, and I understand what you're saying about, it could be, we didn't really have a sign-up before and it didn't work. What we had is, we gave Joyce our requests, and she, in a completely undemocratic way, chose who she wanted where. So, a more fair democratic way would be to attempt a sign-up sheet. For instance, last year, I wanted to be on Parks. I'd been on Parks for my whole 7 years. And two people, I was removed from Parks, and two people who did not want to be on Parks were put there. That's what I'm saying. It happens, and because of bias, because of ill feelings, and it
That's
shouldn't
enough.
be that way.
Mayor?
One moment,
So
one moment,
what I
please.
would suggest is that we give it a try where, again, you have 3 slots. If 4 of us want Parks, let's say 4 of us want Parks, then Joyce would determine the one person out. Okay? If 4 of us want Finance, then Joyce would determine the one person out. Kind of what Heather's saying. But if we had a sign-up sheet, it would give more of us a chance to contribute where we thought we shined, or where we thought we needed to learn, or where we thought we could help the community the most. It would be a more equal way. And then, again, if we had 6 people that all wanted nuisance, then Joyce would have to whittle it down, okay? But if we only had 3, then those 3 people would be happy. And the blanks that didn't get filled in, let Joyce fill those in too. Let the president fill those in. I just think if council had initial input, like Heather's trying to say, and pretty much did say in the first motion, that then the president pro tem could choose in the count of overage on a committee. Okay, so if you and David both want fire, then she's gonna have to talk to you both and see who should get fire. And that's fair, she should be talking to each of us. Not just 2 weeks and then all of a sudden we find out what we got and there's no exclamation. So I think we all have talents. I think we all love the community, and I think if we're all given this opportunity, then we'll feel better about things. It'll be more equal. And if you only want to sign up for 2 things because you have a full-time job, then so be it. There's no limits on how many you can have, or if there's vacancies and nobody wants them and you're on 7, then good for you. But at least we'd all have an opportunity. So I'd like to make a motion that we do have a sign-up with the allotted number of spaces of
It would
council
be
members.
helpful if the council member would make literally the edit. What did you want it to say? What do you want the language to say? In your motion, I want to make the edit that blah, so that she can write it down, please.
I want to make the motion that council is given the first opportunity to self-assign committees. And then in the event.
Hold on a
Sorry, I can't
moment.
write that.
Yeah, she can't write that.
Council give the first opportunity to sign up,
Self-appoint
okay,
committees,
so,
and in the event
okay,
of too many, or an event in overage, however you want to word it.
Or not
In the
enough.
event of a tie, or in the event of too many or not enough, that the president pro tem would determine those. So she would still have the last say. If there were 4 of us that wanted it, she'd pick 3 of those 4. But she's not gonna pick 2 others. You know what I mean? She's gonna pick 3 people that really wanted it, and then she's gonna have to tell one, hey, I'm sorry, but we had 3 others that really wanted it.
Would the clerk please read back the motion?
okay, so this would give council the first opportunity to self-appoint committees in the event of too many or not enough, President Pro Tem will finalize.
Right, that's my motion.
I don't understand how that would work, but okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Is
so
there a
let's
second?
place that motion.
I will second it.
Okay? Roll call, please.
David,
No.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes?
Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
and Joyce.
Yes.
Okay.
But I would like to make a comment. I would like for you, as the chair here, to ask these ladies to please cease and desist with the personal comments and attacks on me. I resent it. They're not true. I don't care what you say. You can make all the snarky faces you want. I'm not going down this path again with her. I'm not going to start it with anyone else. I am not undemocratic. I am not political. And I'm starting to resent the entire presence in this room,
Understood.
okay? I'm not going down that path again with you.
Sound duly noted.
Thank you.
Are there any other edits to section 2?
I feel the rest of it's pretty much stated throughout the rest of the rules, so,
Would just be section 2.
right. We'll get there.
All right. Any other edits to section 2 that anyone wishes to propose? Section 2. Section,
That was just Rule 2, right?
I'm sorry, Rule 2, pardon my mischaracterization of that. That's Rule 2. Rule 3 is controlled by the Ohio Revised Code, and you don't have the ability to change it. Rule 4 is controlled by the Ohio Revised Code, and you do not have the ability to change it. Rule 5,
Can I question that for a second?
vacancies,
Yes.
yeah?
I was speaking to the Board of Election when I was applying to be a write-in candidate this year, and the lady informed me at the Board of Election that the appointing of a council member should only last until the next general election on an even number year.
I'm not sure that that's actually the case because we're a Section 7, Chapter 7 village, and so she may be referring to a city. I don't know. We'd have to look into that further. There is a distinction in that respect. Usually, it's till the remainder of the term,
Well,
not to the next, in which case it would work, that would actually work out in your instance, what you just said would be true. You would be appointed for the remainder of the term until the next general election.
right.
Yeah,
And
but if you were appointed, say, at the very beginning, someone passes away or some such situation,
then you
and you're,
have 4 years of
correct, that is
that
correct. Mm-hmm.
person that is not elected, that is
That is,
appointed.
that is entirely correct, yes.
Okay. Is there a way that we can double check what?
We can double check that, but that's defined by the revised code, not by us.
I understand, but the 731.43, I was kind of reading over it, and that is kind of what my understanding is that's what that was saying also in that revised code, is that it was until the next general election at the odd number
That's
year.
certainly for the mayor. I don't know if it's
Right,
for council
right.
members, but certainly we would go off of
So
what the revised
who-
code says.
Can our lawyer look into this?
Our
and-
village
and-
solicitor can certainly look at this, but again, we would be going off of what is in the
Okay.
revised
I
code.
just want to make sure that we're doing what is up to
Mm-hmm.
code and what we are supposed to be doing with that.
Certainly, we'll look into that.
Thank you.
Okay, Rule 5, any comments on Rule 5 this evening?
Well, there's a lot of typos, a lot of things that contradict, so, I mean, I'm not sure how you want to go through this.
So it says, any member for the villages, or for the residents' benefit, any member, Rule 5 says, in terms of resignation, any member of village council who desires to resign during the member's term of office shall submit his or her resignation in writing to the mayor and president pro tempore. Any such resignation shall take effect when the same has been accepted by a vote of the majority of the members of the village council, exclusive of the person tendering his or her resignation. I don't
I'm
see.
sorry,
I
I
don't.
misspoke. I jumped ahead to 6.
Okay.
My bad.
Got it. Okay, any comments on Rule 5, please? All right, no comments on Rule 5.
Okay, so going back to that, okay, just because, if I can make a suggestion, this is for procedural purpose.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so on Rule 2, that you guys just, that was motion and passed, are you gonna take it back to council? Because that's one thing we didn't have back in. Out of that, take it back to council for final approval like you normally do on committees?
So all of these rules have to be, this is an ordinance, so for council's consideration, this is an ordinance. It is adopted and must be done on 3 readings. So the answer to that by default is yes, it goes back to council on 3 readings after the edits are made and consolidated.
Because I think that's what we need to probably.
So for example, this one that I'm looking at is 2025-03. So,
With that said too, though, on
Because it
3
would have to-
readings is gonna take us, like, we gotta get our committees going. It's already really late in the game. We need to get our committees going immediately, so we may have to, like, try to do this on an emergency, so we can get moving with business.
That's for a different point, so that would have to be at the council meeting where this is first read.
I understand that.
Oh, good deal.
I agree
All right,
with
so-
Becky. I think it should be emergency on that, because we gotta get them rolling, I do agree on that, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so Rule 6, please. I'm hearing no additional commentary on Rule 5, so we're moving on to Rule 6. The Rule 6 for the village's benefit, or for, I'm sorry, village residents' benefit, are the listing of committees. These are creation by the village council. This is not in the Ohio Revised Code.
So what is gonna be the easiest way to go through these? Are we going one
We can
committee
go
at a time?
point one at a time, absolutely.
Okay.
So is there any comments? Let's start by going to the Finance Committee. The Finance Committee shall consist of 3 village council members, the village solicitor if required, the fiscal officer and clerk of council, and the mayor. Is there any comments about that?
So the village solicitor is required to come to them.
If
it says
required,
if
it says
required.
if required.
But that, I mean, is that kind of redundant? Because that could be on any committee if it was required, right?
No, you want to
We've
spell,
got 'em in
you
nuisance.
need to spell them out. You need to spell out who is supposed to be there. We're not going to just make
Right,
random,
which he's not supposed to be there.
at the
unless-
Finance Committee, unless,
he would be, how many times
how
last
about when
year?
you accept a contract? How about when
Yeah,
you're
and
drafting an amendment to an agreement? How about when you're considering the employment of someone?
I'm not trying to be argumentative, I'm just saying that would apply to every committee. If,
add that to
if he's required, he could be at any of them if he's required.
So are you making a
have that.
motion to require the village solicitor, if necessary, to appear at all committees?
Add a line that says village solicitor if required to all committees. So it's the same across the board? It wouldn't hurt.
Right, well, that's fine.
So this would be a motion
Yep.
to add to each committee,
Solicitor, if necessary,
Village solicitor, if required.
if required. You don't have to add it to the fire squad, any of those.
Those are appointments, so yes, we would not add it to the
Need for
appointments.
record retention, would we?
I wouldn't necessarily
Well,
think so,
What
but
she's saying is that if potentially, if there's a document in there that,
But if required, he's not gonna come. but
Okay, okay.
If you have something really, like, look
Yeah,
what we found, this
Exactly.
contract, you never know. Better safe than sorry.
so Becky has placed that motion.
is there a second? Okay, thank you. Let's do a roll call, please.
Okay, David,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes?
Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
and Joyce.
Yes.
Okay. All right, item committee 2, water, wastewater.
I would like to add that utilities with water, wastewater / utilities, because I know last year we had, Rumpke contract renewal. I don't know if it was negotiated, but after it was already accepted, I come to learn that it could have been negotiated, things.
Just to be, for background and for the village's background, we did cover this last year, but I'll recap. So what we did is we cross-shopped all the villages within a 30-mile radius to find out what their most competitive rates were, and then we asked Rumpke to match those.
Okay. and-
So we did do just to be clear, we did do a competitive, basically, a review.
And what committee was that done through?
Finance.
Okay.
So that's a contractual obligation of the village, and so that would normally go through finance. That's not a utility, it's not light, gas, power. Water, that's not a utility. So that's a contract.
utility?
No, trash removal is not a utility. So it
Okay,
went through
so
finance.
how about, like, the fiber optic wires coming through
We-
town? Like,
Yeah, we don't, so we don't have that's a private third party who applied for a permit in the right of way. So we're not involved with Alta Fiber. It's not like chartered by the village. It's not a thing where we, are enabling them other than giving them a permit that they have to basically apply for and meet the requirements for.
so that you don't foresee any, them coming to the village for anything ever? Or anything
Not
like
Alta
that?
Fiber, no, I don't.
Okay,
So we do not have a cable TV franchise with them. We have no contractual relationship with them.
okay, so then, like gas, electric, that kind of contracts, you're saying all have to go through finance?
So when we procure on behalf of what our usage is, so for example, the lights that are in this room right now, all of that goes through finance and then ultimately goes to council, yes.
Okay.
So we don't generate our own power, for example. We go buy it from, AEP.
Okay.
I had an addition to number 2. I would like to include in those water meetings, the water clerk and the maintenance supervisor. I just think it would be really, really, really beneficial to have those 2 people in that committee meeting once a month.
Do you mean the people that maintenance the water tower or the water plant? Or,
So all those report to our services supervisor, George Anderson, so he is responsible.
So, yeah, I think it'd be great to have the maintenance supervisor, George, at the water meetings.
Services supervisor, yes. Okay.
And the water clerk as well. I'd like to add those to that section as a motion.
I do have a
Okay.
question about that.
Yeah.
Will we have to pay them outside of normal business hours?
No, the short answer is, well, yes, we would. So if the meeting takes place during 8 to 5, then yes, they would be normally here. If they're.
Actually, 7:30 to 3.
7:30 to 3, excuse me. So if it's outside of that, then yes, you would have to pay them for their appearance.
Is it regular pay or do they have to get time and a half?
That would be, I think, time and a half, wouldn't it?
If they,
It would be
say the
considered a
meeting's on
call-out?
Friday,
Yep, be
and they've
considered a
only worked
call-out.
the 4 hours per labor law, it is.
One meeting a month and average is about an hour.
I mean, hopefully whoever takes water, whoever takes street,
mindful.
if it's streets, will be conscious of that and say, we gotta do it between these hours so they can be here. That would just be polite.
I do agree the water clerk
Costs the
should be at
village
the
money.
meetings.
So
I-
traditionally, the water clerk has been invited, but, point taken.
Okay, so Heather's made that motion.
Okay, is there a second?
I will second it.
Okay,
Discussion, please?
yes.
I chaired the water a couple of years ago, and the water clerk would join us, but more often than not, she'd get pulled away because she has to be here for customers when they come in. So what I did every month is I went in and got all the stats from her, and that alleviated that problem. So I don't necessarily know if it would be warranted to have her in here. But explain to me again why you would want why you would want our supervisor to come in, George.
I just think for clarity and moving us forward, so that we can just work together. And, I mean, George, like the mayor mentioned, works with the people that run the water plant. So if there is anything that he needs to relay to us, or if there's any maintenance or issues or thoughts or concerns, just that we're all on the same page, is my thought.
In regards, you're right, that Misty gets really busy and sometimes it can be, but if it's only once a month, 1 hour a month, we can just as easily put a sign there and say, monthly water meeting will return at 3 o'clock or
Or
whatever.
we could guarantee 1 hour a month to the part-time water clerk that we hire.
Yeah.
And say,
So,
you
so
got
just to
it
let you
covered.
know, you have a problem with that as it relates to Mr. Anderson, because that would be considered a call-out, and you will not be paying 1 hour. You will be paying 4.
If it was after his hours.
If it was after his
Yeah, we
hours.
just won't do that.
Just accommodate as.
That
You know,
would-
well
Mr.
as we
Mayor,
can.
too, the water clerk used to report to council.
That's
remember,
correct.
Back at the meetings. we
Yes,
used to have.
it might be beneficial for the water clerk to report
Yeah, I
to the
thought it
entirety
was,
of
yeah.
council.
Would we have to pay her for 4 hours of overtime to be here for that?
She's different than Mr., well, no, that's not true, is it?
She gets paid her hours.
It says employees.
Employees, so
Doesn't
yes, no,
specify
she would
specifically.
be, yeah, she would be considered for that. According to our employee handbook.
Could have them comfort time. Let them leave early.
So
So,
the motion was that
can-
we
let's
include
recap the
water
motion.
clerk and street supervisor once a month to the 1 hour meeting once a month. Did we vote?
We have not voted
So
yet.
Heather made the motion, Melanie.
Seconded, we now need to do a roll call.
And this would be add members to attend to include the water clerk and the street supervisor after water wastewater meetings. roll call, David,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
and Joyce.
Boy, I don't know. We could try it, yes.
Okay, motion passed.
Okay, motion passed, edit is incorporated. We have 5 minutes, 4 minutes left in the meeting. May I please have a motion for an extension of 15 minutes?
Yeah, but motion, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry, just a minute.
Second.
David, and then
Becky?
all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Any objections?
Okay.
That's 15 minutes.
All right, any other edits to water? Hearing none, we're moving on to streets.
I'd also like to add maintenance supervisor to streets, and that's the only other one.
All right, is there a second? Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry, hold on. That was Heather
Mhm.
and Becky.
Yep.
Okay, roll call. David,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Heather, Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Heather on the mind, Joyce.
No.
So motion is passed. We'll make edit.
Okay, any other edits for streets? Okay, fire. It consists of one village council member appointed to the fire board. Edits? Okay, hearing none, moving on to emergency squad. That's an appointment of one village council member to the EMS board. Edits? Okay, hearing none, we're moving on to Pleasant Township, also an appointment to the Pleasant, it's a technically liaison, it's not, you're not sitting on their Pleasant Township, board or anything of those lines, so this is just, it's a representation. Any edits?
We're on Pleasant Township. I don't know if this is like a motion, I just have a question. It's my understanding that that is the only appointment that council attends and does not get paid for? Is that correct?
That is not correct. Squad doesn't get paid, and I don't think fire gets paid.
Courtney, do you know?
Because I don't pay you, it's not through the village, because
Right.
those are appointments.
Yeah.
Get paid
I want to
through-
say fire got like $10, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah,
They do, because it caused, Mr. Tilly a big problem with his retirement, because they pay
he was
you.
That
being,
was squad.
he was being
And
dual,
even he
Well,
rejected
he was
it.
being dual comped, so no, you can't be paid
You can't be paid.
for two public offices at the exact same time.
Yeah, so the
No.
village doesn't pay for appointments, we pay
Right.
for just committee.
Right.
But I don't know how much they get paid, honestly.
I think it's
but
$15, Courtney.
It used to be, but it's nothing now.
Okay.
Oh, they've
Okay.
changed both of them?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I want to bring up something too about the trustees. Why do we keep doing that? Because they don't work with us. I've done trustees for 3 different years, and they have their own set of rules, but I just wondered, I just brought
Yep,
that up.
got it.
Do we have to, Mayor?
We do not, obviously, there's no one here from the trustees, so this is purely informative. It's just it's whatever.
Yeah.
There's
I s-
no requirement, as we're separate, we're not dependent upon them, and obviously, they're a branch of state government, we are not.
Okay.
I served on it last year, and, my argument last year, council kind of talked about maybe getting rid of it, and I said, if we have one more, group within our community that we can listen to and hear their plans, why not? It's only once a month, and honestly, their meetings are never more than a half an hour. I think once or twice, it's been more than a half an hour, but I think, I like sometimes going to the American Legion meetings and just listening to what they're doing and stuff. So, we don't necessarily have to appoint someone to do it, but it's a good source of information sometimes, so.
Within their township too, so.
Yeah,
things
it's
that
within
affect-
Yeah,
It's
the
our
difference, the
township.
difference is that, of course, they're an arm of government, and the Legion is not, but,
Right, but I'm saying the more information you can gather, and I mean, it does have some information sometimes it's just,
Yeah, you know, you know too. Yeah, exactly.
so.
okay, so is there any edits to that?
No.
Okay, hearing none, we're moving on. Number 7, Parks and Recreation. That consists of 3 village council members, the fiscal officer, clerk of council, the mayor, 1 representative of the Mount Sterling Eagles Athletic Association or Youth League, and 3 village residents.
I have an edit.
Yep,
We need to add 1 representative from the,
Tri-County Youth League?
what's the name?
Tri-County Youth League?
Tri-County Youth League.
okay.
And I see an edit, just a grammar edit. It says 3 with a 1.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so this should be 3 council.
So I have a question about that. So if we're adding 1 representative tri-county, that puts equal number of committee members. So how does that work? What, do we have to add 1 more village residents for?
I would take away 1.
You would take away
I
1?
really would.
It's, yeah.
That's how you would resolve that. I do have a suggestion, just for more universal verbiage. In one section, we say 3 village residents. In another section, we say 5 qualified citizens. In another section, we say.
Qualified citizens is qualified
citizens.
citizens is a legal term.
Okay, so
So that
I'm
has to stay.
wondering, for universal community, why don't we just call everyone a qualified citizen instead
good.
of village resident or 2 citizens? Let's just
Some of them
say,
are- have to be that way. So
Yeah.
zoning requires to have somebody within the village that lives here.
A qualified
So
citizen
you have
is a,
people on the
is
tree
a,
committee that don't live here.
so
Right.
zoning is called 5 qualified citizens. So I'm wondering if on parks, we
doesn't
call
say
it
they live here.
3 qualified
qualified
residents.
citizens is a legal term which requires you to live here. That's why there are residents versus qualified citizens.
Qualified citizens means residents?
Yes. You have to
Okay.
live here.
So
You
then
have to
why
be a
do we
voter
have?
here. Yeah.
We have 1 space that says 5 qualified citizens and 3 village residents. So why don't we just call them all qualified citizens?
From what I understand, the qualified residents. or
Qualified
zoning-
citizens.
Well, like, yeah, they have to have, like, for
They-
instance,
they-
zoning, they have to be a certified plumber. They have to be a certified.
Correct. They
Some
meet,
sort
they
of-
meet specific standards as it relates to their citizenship here and residency here in the village.
Okay, I have a couple questions. So, I was on one of those, planning or zoning at one point, I don't know. But, when we're referring to these chairs are terrible.
Don't lean back.
Somebody try to shoot the governor.
But where it says qualified citizens, I guess there's just, for me, some ambiguity. I don't know where it's really listed what it is, because I do remember.
It's
like,
in ordinance 1983-02
that we made.
that you made,
Okay, yeah, because like one.
which was probably
one-
adopted from the Ohio Revised Code, by the way, which
One at one
established planning
time
commissions.
was, I know one of the qualified citizens was a realtor. Which, okay, maybe that's just to tell us square footage of houses, the normal, I don't know. One I know was the fire chief, one was a plumber, I think that was mentioned. Maybe one was an electrician at one time. But, so I kinda, I kinda get, I guess, if those have to be, so a qualified citizen, you're saying, means a qualified, has like a special quality trick
Yeah.
about them, and they have to be a resident of Mount Sterling. They
That's
can't
correct.
live out.
That is
over
correct. So you
Harrison.
cannot have a person who does not live here determining zoning standards for here.
That makes sense, okay. So, but, I see where Heather gets confused about because I get confused too. Some say residents, and over here in my tree committee, for example, it just says citizens. And in parks, it says they have to be village residents. And this was kind of a battle last year that I brought up, and I'd like to bring it up one more time. In my opinion, we don't have residents serving on water, streets, finance. Those are all handled completely by committee and administration, or council and administration. But on these things that are such as Parks and Rec and trees and beautification, they're a little bit different. So, in my opinion, I do not think that the Parks and Rec residents should have to be village residents. They should just be community members, just like in trees and beautification, in my opinion, because I tried to express last year how Mr. Mason is one of the biggest helpers we have. And when I was on Parks, he did anything I asked. During cleanup day, several people would come from outside of the village limits and help us with that. And without those community members, we wouldn't have been nearly as successful. So I really feel like that should be changed to just be either, however you want to word it, residents, citizens, community members, but I do not think that the village boundaries should apply towards Parks and Recs, nor trees.
So for council's consideration, that gives the power of citizens who do not live here to spend taxpayer resident dollars.
No.
Yes, it does. I
It
kindly,
would
I
still have
kindly
to get
disagree.
majority
Okay.
vote. The committee would have to have majority,
So-
and then
so-
brought to council.
So, let me
Correct.
say this.
Not all the time, but yes.
So let me say this. It's the same with trees. It's the same exact with trees. We just have citizens. We have half the committee are not residents. They are citizens that volunteer their time.
As they can. I mean,
As they
there's
can,
no one
but they are
stopping them.
also we also have village money wrapped up in trees.
We do,
So,
unfortunately.
It's the same, okay, you need to really pull back, okay? This is a council meeting. You need to pull back all your ad libs because, okay, so what I'm suggesting is that for Parks and Rec, just like for trees and beautification, it should just be community members. Only thing that happens at a committee is, because I believe the person that's a Tri-County Youth League, I know at one point he lived in Courthouse, right? Whoever that representative was. And we put him on the committee, and that's fine with me. He's into baseball and stuff, and that's perfectly fine with me. I think he should be. If he loves our community, he loves our parks, put him on there, even if he lives in Courthouse. The thing with committees is, your argument that they're spending our money, that's just absolutely false. They make a recommendation to council. Council decides if they can spend the money. So, I think that's why I
I
feel
would
like.
kindly point out that, $500 worth of poinsettias last year were voted on and spent by the committee. So please finish your thoughts so that we can make a motion.
That was,
You're-
that was money that was already approved. We didn't ask for extra money from council. That was already money that was in our coffers that we had to spend by the end of the year. So with that said, I think it should just say 3, if that's the number you guys are comfortable with, 3 community members.
Okay, is there a second?
I
Can I bring
second.
up something first, Andy? I was on the original baseball commission, and we actually had people from Fayette County and Pickaway be coaches and stuff. I know this was years
And
ago.
we welcome all volunteers, David.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
do.
I
We
just
welcome
wanted
all
to bring that
volunteers.
up,
It's a
yeah.
question of whether they get to vote on expenditures. That's the question. Do they get a vote? Does someone who doesn't live here and doesn't pay taxes here get to vote on expenditures that the village is
Did
making?
we pass the one representative from Tri-County be on this? Did we already pass that? Did you have to make the motion to add a
We
Tri-County?
review the,
It did, but then came back to rules of council, and then it was, at that point, it was not.
So that
Okay.
still needs a motion
so
to be made.
that still needs a motion. Are you making
Yeah,
that
so
motion?
let's make the motion that
We
is
have,
right now,
Becky's
Becky,
pending, right?
She's adding to have 3 community members and remove, has to be a village resident.
Yes, 1 Tri-County League.
Okay, but is this in
Representative.
a one, I think they should be separate motions.
They have to be separate motions. It
Yeah.
has to be
'Cause
one at,
they're-
one at a time.
They're 2
Yep.
they're different.
But
Okay.
that motion will affect your motion
Correct.
because of the
My
number on the
motion,
committee.
yes.
Hold on, her motion is pending. Just a second. There was a second.
Oh.
Did you second it?
Well, I'm confused what we're saying.
Becky's motion is currently pending.
Well, there's a lot of confusion because I thought that
My
motion was gonna
recommendation
go
was
first.
first.
Right, let's go to Joyce's first.
So are you withdrawing your motion?
I'll make it when we're done.
Okay, so it's withdrawn. So Joyce, go ahead and make a motion now, please.
Let me know. I don't have much, but.
I thought you did too.
I
I don't know. I forget.
Okay.
Your motion.
My motion is to add one representative, I don't know who it's going to be, of the Tri-County League.
I'll second it.
Excellent,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Hold on.
I'm good with that.
Tri-County.
Youth
I
League.
want a
Youth
drink.
League.
Is that okay?
Okay, add
Sometimes
one,
right across the way.
I might be there.
I
Joyce,
was on that
Yep.
baseball.
and then who was seconding that?
I second.
Yep, Melanie did.
Now can I?
Discussion?
Discussion, okay. And with that said, I am perfectly fine if that person happens to live outside village limits.
Me
I'm
too.
perfectly fine.
But he doesn't.
Okay, but he did, but, okay. But
I
if
don't
he
know,
moves,
but
or-
okay.
Well, here it says just
I
a
trust
tri-county,
you.
so it doesn't,
It doesn't specify.
Specify.
It just
Right,
has to be
but
representative
they get to vote
Tri-County.
just as much as anybody else.
I agree on that too.
Or the representative from the Mount Sterling Youth League doesn't necessarily a village resident. The one representative from the Mount
Right.
Sterling Youth League doesn't necessarily a village resident.
yeah, so that will not be added.
No, because Sarah is the president of the youth league, and
But for
she
now,
does
that
not
could
live
change.
here.
She doesn't
Right.
live
It
here.
could, yeah.
And we
doesn't
appreciate
live
her service and her 2 cents
Absolutely.
on that committee.
Absolutely,
Yes.
yeah. But their president, the presidents of their,
Right,
Respective
Leagues.
organizations.
Yes.
right. And I have no
All
problem
right,
with that.
vote.
Okay, so,
So now my motion is to.
hold on, he has to do a roll call.
Okay, sorry.
Joyce and then Melanie. Now roll call. David? Yes
Yes.
or no? Okay. Nathan?
Yes.
Yes,
Becky?
yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
And Joyce?
yes.
Okay, passed.
Okay, now my motion
Okay.
is to just change the wordage that we have 3 community members.
Two.
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 Two. You wanna
To
change
make
it to
it
two?
an odd number.
Okay.
Heather brought it to our attention that if we have three, it's an even number.
Okay,
So
so
I
let's do that.
suggested
My
two.
motion is to change E to 2 community members.
I will second that one.
Okay, roll call, please.
Becky, Melanie. Okay, David?
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
And Joyce?
No. Sorry, Becky.
So edits,
Motion's passed.
edits passed. Any other edits for Parks and Recs? Actually,
Okay,
before you answer that, I need a motion for an extension of 10 minutes.
I'll make a motion for 15-minute extension.
Second.
Okay, so I heard both of you.
Give it
Melanie can have it.
Melanie, all in favor?
a, aye.
Any objections? Okay, but I just want to I want to go back to number 7 where it says 3. That's just a grammatical thing. Are you guys still okay with 3? I mean, obviously, it was a
Yes.
grammatical.
A, you mean? On A, yeah, it should
Yes,
say
just
three
fix
there.
that. Do we need a
Change
motion
that
for
to
that? Can you
one,
fix
no.
No,
that?
because it already says 3, and I think it's grammatically,
Just make sure you change it to 3 this time.
yes.
All right.
Okay. Moving on to number 8, Planning Commission. This is per the ordinance passed 1983-02. Consists of 1 village council member, the mayor, the fiscal officer, clerk, 5 qualified citizens, and the zoning administrator.
Is there any reason that planning and zoning can't be combined?
Yes, because they're defined separately under the
Yeah.
code.
Can we change the code?
No. Are you the state legislature?
Maybe one day.
Someday. All
All
right.
right, I'm just trying to
Yep,
simplify that down.
yep. Also, you should be aware that the Board of Zoning Appeals is quasi-judicial, and you cannot have a planning commission which is not combined with the Board of Zoning Appeals.
But what we could have done is we could have the same person be both.
Actually, I don't think you
Be
can.
Separate meetings.
I don't think you can, no.
I was told you couldn't.
I
I
was
tried
told
that.
you couldn't. That's when we originally revisited this. We were told that was,
Yeah,
no, mm-mm.
I wonder what that would be.
I don't know.
I don't know, let's keep going.
I would question that, but yeah, let's keep going.
Okay,
another-
is there any other comments? Okay, we're moving on to Committee 9, Board of Zoning Appeals, consisting, this is pursuant to Resolution 1999-71, 1 village council member, the mayor, fiscal officer, clerk of council, 5 qualified citizens, and the zoning administrator. Okay, hearing none, moving on to Committee 10, Records Retention. It consists of 3 village council
That's
members.
a grammatical-
There's a grammatical error there. 3 village council members, fiscal officer, clerk of council, mayor, 2 citizens.
I have a request for change.
Okay?
I would like for that to be qualified citizens.
Okay?
If they're going to be going through our records, they should be a village resident, I think.
Yeah, I do, that one, yeah.
So when you say qualified, are
Yeah.
you just saying
Maybe it
village?
should
Village
say
resident, village resident is fine.
Because you're going through so much documentation, because I've done this so long, you need village residents there for that.
I agree. I'll make that motion.
Well, what,
And one more thing of discussion before we do that. Because you might want to combine your motion, I don't know. Question is, it says 1 and then 3 in parentheses. I know that's another typo that didn't get changed last year. But David, I would ask you, or whoever served on it last year, I'm not even sure who was on it other than David.
Yeah, we,
You still have 2
yeah,
village residents.
we
okay.
we still have 2 residents and plus the council members and of course Courtney, and we get it done and,
Yeah.
and like I said, I want to keep it citizens because there's some documentation you wouldn't want somebody from Pickaway County or Fayette see, because that'd be our
Well, it's
business.
all public record.
So these are all public, these are,
I wanted to come in here and say I wanted to see
yeah,
something.
they're all public records, so that's fine.
That's my only thought would be to tell everybody, like, I know one of the village residents, that wasn't a village resident, one of the people doing it before was a former council member who just moved outside of town. And my only problem is, again, excluding people who want to help. It is all public documents. It's all public record. There's nothing top secret in there. And what if we can't get 2 village residents to do it? And we got, I just keep using, we got Mr. Mason wanting to come down and shred papers with you, David. You know, I just like citizens or community members better. But the other thing is, do you still need, you feel you need 3? Because last year was the first year we went up to 3. We had 1,
Yeah.
2 helpers, volunteers.
I could do away with one of them if y'all were agree for that.
I just wondered, do we still need 3 council members doing that?
I would be good with that too if this goes 2.
Or just one.
one.
Yeah.
It was
You
1
have to have 1 or
before,
3,
Yeah.
right?
and
Shouldn't all the committees be uniform, though?
Well, I will say, the
I see nothing
planning
wrong with that.
committee is not,
The tree
the
committee
board
does
and
not.
Well, they
zoning
only
is
meet maybe
not.
once or twice a year.
Well, I mean, it's not uniform.
I'm just asking if you really think 3 council members are needed on that.
I think 2 can get the job, me and whoever.
It has to be 1 or 3. It has to be an odd number.
Yeah.
So is 1 okay with
Yeah,
2
I'm good,
citizens?
Yeah,
1 with 2 citizens, so you'd have 3 people
yeah,
working?
yeah, yes. We can get,
Okay.
I'd be good with that. That'd be
Okay.
fine with me.
Okay, so this would be on records. Okay, so this, we're gonna make, okay, so back to, Joyce had she made the motion to that, to say it be 2 village residents. So I'm gonna go back to your motion.
So that's technically pending.
Yeah.
What do you want it?
Well, they've changed council members.
Right, so
But you're saying that what
do you want to,
Becky has
do you
suggested.
wish to either modify or withdraw your motion? Because we'll
I
replace
can modify it.
Okay,
What do
go
you
ahead.
want it modified to?
1 council member and what?
Okay, so can we just redact your motion so
Yeah.
that we can write the motion correctly?
Yes.
1 council member and 2 village residents?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No.
Your motion came on the table, so you have to redact.
I'll
your-
redact my motion and
And Joyce's motion now is,
make a motion to have 1 village council member
okay,
and 2 village residents.
That's what I want.
Can we separate the issues? Because I have a different vote
yeah,
on 2
because
things.
what she's saying, okay, so Becky's saying is not to make it a village resident.
I won't change that.
Okay.
Right,
So the motion on table now, at this point,
it's
states.
per village residents.
Just, because I'd like
Correct.
to have these separated. So your first motion is to change A and number 10A to make that as 1 council member instead of 3.
That is correct.
I'll
okay,
second
so-
that.
And then that was Becky. Okay. Roll call, David,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes?
Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
and Joyce.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed
Okay, to make that edit.
and make edit, okay.
Okay, moving on, Committee 11.
Well,
New-
Becky has a question.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, yes,
About,
Okay,
that's
so
what the issue was.
correct. Now, go ahead.
I just want to leave 2 citizens as D, but I know Joyce has a different opinion, so I'm not going to make any motion to change
Got it.
anything else. Someone else would have to make that motion to change that if they
Because
want.
it currently says 2 citizens, which means it can be anybody outside the village.
Be anybody in or
If
out?
we leave as is, can the verbiage change to community members so it's universal?
Yeah.
As
Form.
7 Parks and Rec?
Because it's all public record anyways,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
There's nothing confidential there.
Okay, so Joyce, are you making the motion? Okay, is anybody making the motion to change?
Correct.
I am making a motion that we have 2 village residents.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't say village. Motion to change,
To,
okay.
yeah.
A motion to change D to state 2 village residents.
correct.
Okay. Joyce has placed that motion. Is there a second one?
I'll second.
Okay, we're gonna do a roll call. David?
Yes.
Nathan?
No.
Becky?
No.
Melanie?
No.
Heather?
No.
Joyce?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, motion's failed.
Any other discussion on that?
So that will
Well,
just
is there a
read
motion
community
now?
members.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
You
there
gotta
any
make another
additional
motion
discussion?
now
What
to
else,
make
what
it-
else is, go ahead.
To change the wordage. For universal wordage, can we change citizens to community members? Or do we even care? Let's just leave it. I don't care. Leave it.
Yeah.
Read back the motion. Okay.
Okay. Moving on to 11, nuisance abatement. Nuisance abatement committee consists of 3 village council members, the mayor, deputy,
do like the way you
fiscal officer, clerk of council, and 2 village citizens, whatever that is, and then zoning administrator.
Okay, the one change I would like to see is community members as number E instead of village citizen.
So you're giving someone who doesn't live here the ability to
She did, she tried.
And now,
And then she said, hell with it.
issue citations against people who
We
do.
were just changing citizen to community member.
yeah, but
We
she
weren't-
was saying to make it universal verbiage.
Yeah,
And then
Yes.
at that point, everybody was,
We're over it.
yeah, okay.
Well, I still want to change E from 2 village citizens to 2 community.
On our
members.
nuisance committee?
Yes.
so functionally, that would allow someone who doesn't live here to issue citations to someone who does.
Well, nobody can issue citations.
Anyone on the.
your committee
anyone
does.
on the committee does.
Well, I do know that Barry, who was the chair of that, I mean, for 6 months plus, could not get a village resident on that, and then I stepped in.
I don't think
To
that was
serve.
necessarily true, but I understand where you're coming from.
he could've.
But the
could've.
point still stands, which is to say someone who doesn't live here would have the ability to issue citations to someone who does. And I caution you in that respect. Does that make sense?
But the committee as a whole decides the citations, not the individual themselves.
Well, think how many people you're putting on there, right? So, again, just caution, food for thought. Our residents deserve people who, are residents probably.
In my opinion, that would be like saying somebody from Grove City can come be on that board, right? 'Cause
Correct.
They're a
Right.
citizen,
Correct.
and the way that they want their area,
Mm-hmm.
they want it.
100%. Yep, 100%.
And I would just say, when I was on nuisance a long time ago, we hired a code enforcement guy who lived in Harrisburg.
Yep, a 1099 contractor, yep.
Yeah.
He was
And-
not a like voting member though.
No, but he definitely issued the citations, and he didn't live in our community. But he cared about our community, and he got paid from us. So he, again, it's not a hill I want to die on at all. So if you guys want to leave it, I'm fine with leaving it.
I don't think we have the money to hire anybody right
No,
now.
I'm not saying we need to right now, but,
Yeah.
Okay.
I just hope we can fill it with 2 village residents.
okay, so I'll just withdraw my thing and move on.
Okay, and then the next one is Tree and Beautification Committee for the residents' benefit. Tree and Beautification consists of 1 council member, the fiscal officer, clerk of council, mayor, and up to 8 citizens.
I would like to make an edit to that. I would also like to see that be in uniform with most of the other committees and have 3 council members.
Okay,
Okay, just a second.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So your motion is to add 3 council members instead of 1?
Yes.
Okay, that's Joyce. Is there a second on that?
I'll second.
hold on, you have any other edits to that?
I do, but we're only doing 1 at a time.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so that was Joyce, then David. Okay, roll call, David?
Well,
Wait, can we have
Oh, yeah.
discussion?
Now
Yep,
discussion.
discussion, please.
I just feel like the tree committee has always ran with 1, It seems to run efficiently with one, and in order to save money to this village, it should probably just stay with one, then we don't have to pay 2 other council members to attend that committee meeting.
That's a very good point, if I may. It's a very good point, Melanie. But I think it would run even more efficiently with 3 council members. I don't think that's going to make or break us in our bank if we have to pay that little bit of amount of money for once a month. I know Becky has had some issues with people leaving the committee and people not showing up, to the point where, sometimes she hasn't been able to even have a full committee, have a meeting because she couldn't get a quorum. So, and again, my main reason for making this uniform with other committees is to make this uniform with most of the other committees. It's a very important committee, so I think it should be 3 council members like everything else. I think when we went into this, I don't think we gave it as much thought as we should have. It kind of came down, and I remember it well, kind of suddenly. We didn't have a lot of time to think about it. So that's my thought. It's been my thought ever since the committee was formed, and I think it would be even better with 3.
I guess my only problem, I mean, it's a committee that's existed for 2 years and has been fine with 1. I'm not a dictator in there. We have the up to 8 other committee members vote the same vote as I do, and then it all comes back to council. If you want 3 for uniformity, we didn't do it with planning, we didn't do it with zoning, but, I mean, I'm not opposed. The more help, the better. Though, when you referred to twice, I didn't have a quorum, and that's because our numbers were so large. So many community members wanted to be on the committee. We kept expanding it. So we got up to 9, and you have to have at least 5 people show up. And that's a lot sometimes, in the middle of the day, when you had the same few people that just couldn't make it. So,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm going to have to ask for an motion for an extension.
We got to end this tonight, guys.
Okay, thank you, Nathan. Is there a second?
Okay, was this for how many minutes?
15.
And that was Nathan?
Yep.
Is there
Okay.
a second?
I did.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed.
Joyce opposed?
Duly noted. Go ahead, please continue.
So, again, I don't think, I agree that the money's not a big thing, even though it's been made a big thing in the past over 1 or 2 spots. But, I mean, it's just, it's fine if you want to do it. I don't think it's necessary. I have a great group of people, and there's plenty on that committee. If you want it to be a committee of like 11 now, that's a lot. It gets harder and harder to manage the more people you get on a committee, honestly. It really does.
Okay,
So-
so the motion is to allow 3 council members to the tree meeting.
Okay,
Tree
so is there a second, please?
No, that David seconded.
Oh, David already did? Okay, let's do a roll call then.
David?
Thank you.
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Becky?
No.
Melanie?
No.
Heather?
No.
And Joyce?
Yes.
It's a tie.
Okay. I say yes, we should do that. I think
Thank
that's a
you.
great idea. It would add a lot.
And my second edit would be to,
Just a second, sorry.
no problem,
Okay,
would be to change D up to 8 citizens down to no more than 3 or 4. Is a little more manageable, I believe. We'll
so do
leave
you
it
want
there.
to land on a number, 3
Yeah.
or 4?
Make a motion for a number.
I suppose 4 should be sufficient.
Okay. Is
So
there a
it would
second?
be- It would be just, would it be up to 4?
Up to
Or-
4.
4,
Just 4, I mean, sure.
so 4 citizens.
Okay, discussion?
Yes, discussion.
Okay. So, this to me is blatantly wrong to try to reduce the number of volunteers.
Well, they can
Yeah.
still volunteer,
Okay,
just to be clear.
I need you.
And they don't live
Stop.
here.
Please stop. Please stop. Okay, so I already have several that have been on it for years. I would literally have to say, you're a volunteer, you no longer can help us. You're a volunteer, you no longer can help us, to several people, if you say that. It is ridiculous. They make zero money. They are volunteers. They are all smart. We have a master gardener in the group that lives in London. We have a philanthropist that donates tons of money to our community on this committee. We have someone that works at a garden and tree center on this committee. We have, I mean, who am I gonna kick off? That's the rudest, most nonsensical thing I've ever heard. Why do you care how many volunteers I have?
Well, technically
To
speaking,
help.
they're voting members of the committee. They're not volunteers.
And
Volunteers
they
just
are
show up.
volunteers. They work their butts off pulling up weeds out in our gardens. They work planting flowers. They work their butts off at the new tree. And we're getting ready to have several big events through this committee. I need all hands on deck for out there helping with the new tree for the 250th anniversary celebration. We just got a grant. I need all hands on deck helping with that grant, disperse it. And they've all went to the training. We had them all come to the training last year that was needed to help disperse the grant. Why would you intentionally, other than to me just spite, take away volunteers?
I mean, just to be clear, they can still continue to volunteer. That's not the problem. They're voting members of a committee. There's a
Right.
distinction here.
Andy,
Okay,
you're not,
I am the
You are-
I am the chair, so
you
I got.
don't need to mansplain everything to us.
I'm not
We
trying
get
to.
it.
I'm trying
We
to,
get
well,
it.
I'm trying for the village residents' benefit to make a clarification around who is doing what. And that is a normal, basic thing. A volunteer is a person who comes to an event, who gives their time, energy, and money, whereas we're talking about who's composing a voting member of a committee. All right? There is a
They
distinction
are
here.
also volunteering.
Oh, I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're not.
Hours and hours.
And they do,
time.
they do, and they're
This is
tremendously appreciated.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If you guys vote for that, it's horrible. That's the worst idea I've ever heard. They are volunteers. I don't mean to get emotional, but this is nonsensical. So please vote on it.
Okay, so are we,
Joyce made the motion.
is there a second,
to allow
please?
horses.
There's a second, David.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, was there a second?
Is there a second?
Yeah, David. I don't see it as being ridiculous. I don't see, it's not, certainly not spiteful. I'm just saying that I think it should be more manageable. I have been to the meetings and I see all of the people. I don't see the participation that you see. And I think we could get a lot of work done with 4 people on the committee and and the ones that don't get to come to the meetings. I have never seen 8 people at the committee meetings. I think they could still volunteer.
You've only came to 2 meetings, I
I've,
think.
I've come to more than that and sat in the audience.
And-
Yes, I
and-
have.
and that's
We're ready
all
for a roll,
subjective.
we're ready for a
That's-
roll call vote, please.
Okay.
The motion's pending.
Okay, David,
Yes.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
No.
Melanie,
No.
Heather,
No.
Joyce,
Yes.
and that's a tie.
Yes. All right, next section. Each standing committee except for squad, fire, zoning, planning, we have sections 1 through 7 below. They shall be comprised of no less than 3 members of the village council. A majority of members appointed to the committee shall constitute quorum thereof. No member of the village council shall be appointed to a committee when that member is expected to regularly have conflicts of interest, which would render the member's participation in the deliberations and voting on matters to come before the committee to be inappropriate. Any edits on that?
It says each standing committee except emergency squad, fire, zoning, planning. Well, we've already discussed that those aren't committees, right?
Yes?
So the verbiage needs changed.
I think this was just to call that out, but yes, functionally, it doesn't make any difference, but yes, we could choose, you can remove that if you wanted. Are you making a motion to do that?
No.
Well, and then we just voted for records to be only 1, so that would need to be added to that list.
Okay, so you want to make a motion for that?
To add
All right, is there a second?
I'm sorry.
So
Add records.
Melonie's is basically adding records to this.
The motion, and
To-
this would be-
Oh, okay.
Where are we at?
We're number 1, each standing committee except for emergency squad, fire, zoning, and planning, and records. Melonie's making a motion to add the records to that list, meets these qualifications. Hey, guys, we need to focus back here,
Sorry.
please. Thank you.
and records, okay. And that was a motion by Melanie.
Yep, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you.
Okay, roll call, David,
No.
Nathan,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Yes.
Melanie, Heather,
Yes.
Joyce?
Yes.
Okay. Edit passes on that.
I would just like to point out in that section too, that, no member of village council should be appointed to a committee that the member expected to regularly have conflicts of interest would render the member's participation and deliberation in voting on matters that come before the committee. So, we really need to watch what committees we are on when we serve in capacity of other things that might serve on that committee also. And
So good news on that is that Stephen Smith will be here next time to talk to the council about what exactly conflicts of interest are,
okay,
and do a little training in advance. And I think you'll find the Ohio Ethics Commission has an excellent website as well.
Are you keeping time?
Yes, I am. Are there other edits for this particular section? Okay, moving on.
There's just a typo there. It says Pleasant Township 2, and then in parentheses, it says 1. There's only one meeting a month.
Okay, yep, that's in section 6. And it says Pleasant Township 2, and it should be 1. Okay,
are we,
you're making a motion to edit
Well, I
that,
think
right?
it was just an,
It's a typo, you're
Correction.
correcting, all right, got it. Sounds good.
are we, this whole section, or are we going one by one?
Well, we're going line by line, technically speaking, but if people have no edits, then we'll skip and go on to the next rule, which is Rule 7, which is meetings.
Yeah, just an addition, this pertains to finance, water, wastewater, streets, parks, rec, nuisance abatement, zoning, planning, and trees. Addition.
okay, what number are we on?
So we're in 7, right in the middle of the paragraph.
Okay, this pertains to.
Add
finance,
trees.
water.
I think that would make sense. I don't know why it's not on there.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying? Add trees?
Yeah,
Okay,
add
so the
trees.
motion, because it's
Yeah,
not been on there.
because it's not been on there,
So this
edit
would
has to be
number
made.
7,
Yep,
recording,
Just to be recording, yes.
secretary. This would be, add tree location. And then that was by Heather. Is there a second to that?
I will second it.
okay. Roll call?
Okay, David,
No.
Nathan,
Yeah.
Becky,
Yes.
Melanie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Joyce?
Yeah.
All right, so while we're on 7, I would
Oh,
also.
we're not, I'm sorry, which 7 are you referring to? Rule 7 or section 7?
Secretary.
Got it, sounds good.
recording. Okay, so I would like to add that each committee meeting be recorded and posted on YouTube like regular council meetings.
Each committee, do you want to include special meeting on that as well?
Yes.
You do have special?
Yes.
Okay, so committee meetings, special meetings, work sessions.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm talking for you.
That's
Are we
okay.
making this a
I
number
All
8?
meetings.
Is this number 8?
So work session, special meeting, and committee meetings.
Will we need to make that a number 8 separately, or can that just be added to the bottom of 7, the recording secretary?
The recording secretary will be required to have written report for committee chairs to present verbally to council.
May I say something?
There is something else in there.
It's, go on the next page, Courtney.
Yeah.
At the top of the next page, it says all regular meetings, flip it over. Here, it says all regular meeting, village council shall be video and/or audio recorded. And then it says, if a committee chairperson requests their meeting be video or audio recorded, then the clerk shall prepare and secure recordings. That's where I think it would be a good spot
That's what I was
just to
getting ready
put
to say.
it.
I knew I seen that someplace. Okay, so is that under, okay, so under Rule 7 then?
It looks like it's under Rule 9.
Okay.
Yep,
It's over there.
Yep.
Okay, the clerk council shall record the proceedings, like you said. In
Maybe
case
just
of
change it to
absence.
all meetings, all village council meetings
Will.
and committee meetings will be recorded.
Yeah, okay, so it's
Change.
like that, all regular meetings, is that in the
Yes,
section?
that's the
Okay.
section.
So that would be rule number 9.
And you
Rule
could
number 9.
simply change the verbiage from the clerk of council shall keep a record and proceedings of village council, and to just say will keep a recorded record.
We're- Are you on the different?
She's
page?
on
I'm
Rule
on
9.
one
She's
down.
on Rule 9.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
That we
Okay.
haven't
All
gone,
regular meetings of village council shall be video and/or audio recorded. If a committee chairperson requests a meeting to be video or recorded, then the clerk of council shall prepare and secure each recordings.
Right.
You could just take out
Strike
that
that.
part.
Yeah.
Strike that whole section, all
Just
regular
say
meetings.
all- But
Maybe
is a
go
council
on to
member
say,
considered a regular meeting, or is this all committee, do we need to spell out work session?
you need to be
all work
specific.
sessions and committee meetings will also be recorded, something like
all
that, if
special?
you want.
Okay.
Could that be up to the chairperson, though?
Well, that's what they're saying, is it's
Or
not
you
an
could just
option.
take out regular there,
Yes.
and it just
Okay,
says,
that's what I
all
wanted.
meetings of village council
That's what I was
shall
gonna
be
say.
recorded.
Okay.
Boom.
Yep.
And then strike the rest of the.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not leaving it up to the
Sentence.
chairperson, David. They want all of them recorded.
Strike
Which
out
shouldn't be a problem if we're about transparency.
Right.
less sentence. Okay. All right, so that was Melanie that placed the motion. Do you want me to read the motion back?
Yeah.
Okay. So this would be, all meetings of the village council shall be video and/or auto recorded. And then I'm striking out, after that section, if a committee chairperson requests, so basically, the chairperson of that committee is not gonna have an option to record it or not to record it.
And should we add on that audio, video recorded and available for the public?
Just to
Well,
be
it
clear,
already
they
is.
already are.
Yeah.
They'll
YouTube
pop
already-
right on.
anybody
Yeah,
can do it.
anyone can do it already.
Okay.
Your public records.
They can pull it up at any leisure. Okay, so Melanie's made that motion.
Second,
Okay, I'm sorry, I heard two.
Nathan can have it.
So that was Melanie, Nathan. Okay, so roll call. David?
Yes.
Nathan?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Heather?
Yes.
And Joyce?
Yes.
So motion passed. And then, Andy, we're keeping time. 'cause
I am. We do need an extension. It's 7:43.
I gotta go.
May I please have a motion for extension
I
of the
gotta
meeting?
go.
She's got a fire,
I gotta go.
yeah.
Okay.
Did you want to reschedule?
Yes, so we are only at Rule 7, and we're not done yet. So
Can we continue?
traditionally, we have not, but okay. We don't,
Well, we've made edits for everybody.
we've made for everybody, yeah, allowance to be
I
here,
think it's
so.
important for everybody.
I don't, yeah, if you want us to
Yes.
reschedule it, or do you want us to go on? What do
I
you
would,
want?
I would like to reschedule it.
Let's reschedule.
Can we make that rescheduled date?
Right now.
Yeah, like I don't want to wait 2 more weeks to reschedule and
No one's saying that we would, but I'm
I'm just
saying
saying,
we
I
do
wanna
need
make sure that
circulation
we-
as far as everyone's schedule.
determine that.
Sorry.
How you doing over there? Pretty good? All right, so what would be the date that we want to settle on then?
Can we just do it tomorrow?
Tomorrow is
You
Thursday.
have to have 24-hour notice
Yeah,
for the
that's right, we
public.
cannot do it tomorrow, so we, the
Friday
earliest you
at
could do
6
was
p.m.?
Friday.
And just so everybody knows, these edits will probably not be made in time because I have packets due on Friday.
Yeah.
Do we have to have it at 6?
I can't do Friday.
I
Okay,
can't
Okay.
do before 6.
so then it has to be next week. How about, what about before the council meeting on Monday?
We have the
have
meeting.
training.
Oh, yes, that's right,
Even.
all right.
I'll be out.
How about Tuesday? That would be Tuesday, the
How
10th.
about
None.
Monday, what time is he gonna get here? At 6? Is it
Yeah.
6?
It's gonna start
Yeah.
Why don't we do ours at 5 on
Or
Monday?
why don't we do it earlier in the day? I'm off on Mondays, so that works. We could do it
Just trying to
earlier.
get everybody organized. No, you can't be there, right?
5.
Five is
Nope.
fine.
How about
5?
5 o'clock Monday?
Yeah, 5 o'clock
Can you
Monday.
do it?
I can do 5 on Monday.
Are you
I'm
good?
looking.
Yeah, if I can work out, because Friday is tied up. It'd work for me.
Joyce, are you
I'm
good?
looking.
Okay. I should probably look, but I didn't bring my calendar.
On your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, next work session.
And that's the 10th?
It would be the 9th at 5 o'clock.
That's a long night.
Yes, it is.
Well, the
good.
good news is we got through most of this tonight.
Okay,
So
she
it
says
shouldn't
she's good.
take.
Well, we're on Rule,
Joyce, is that okay
we're
with
on
you?
Rule
Yeah.
7 out of
Okay,
19,
so the
so,
next meeting-
no,
Sorry, honey.
still
Work
going.
session will be
Oh, I'm sorry, Rule 7
These
out
were the
of
hardest. A lot of the other won't change, I bet.
38.
5 PM.
Yeah, I don't have any edits past 09.
All right. It is 7:46. Is there a motion to adjourn?
You got it.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, we are adjourned.
See you guys Monday.
Yeah, I gotta watch that Super Bowl.
Is anybody opposed?
None are opposed. None opposed.
You take care of yourself.
Good seeing you.
No, you're fine.
Till next time.